Hi guys, down here at Trojan Art Painting. Since my last video was such a downer talking about the friends I'd lost, I figure I better get back in here pretty quick and do another one a little more upbeat. Kind of the idea if you fall off the horse, you got to get back up on the horse and keep going. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm just going to show you some things I'm working on and things I hope to get done this week and probably the next 2 weeks, because there's a lot of stuff I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to show you the couple of figures I'm working on for the Warlord tournament coming up at ReaperCon. Okay, first off here we have a Space Marine. I'm not really a 40K guy, but I think he's an Ultramarine captain. He's old school metal, and I saw him on eBay and he's just being sold as this single figure, and I don't know, I thought he looked cool, so I grabbed him. I'm going to paint him up old school heavy metal style. Should be a lot of fun. I'll probably just keep him in my personal collection. And I got this Argyll dude. I mean, you know, he's pretty common. I've seen a lot of videos and stuff made about him. I want to paint him up and sell him, but I just thought he'd look like he'd be fun to paint. And he's a fine cast, of course. And this isn't the beginnings of the paint job, really. All I did here, I just primed him white and then washed him with, I don't think it was Agrax Earthshade, and then just washed him with some, with the crimson and the green, just to get an idea so I could see the details better. I do that a lot, as y'all might have noticed by now. I give the figures a wash so I can pick out the details before I start painting. It also gives me an idea of you know, what I want to paint, which colors, you know, which areas I want to paint that are adjacent to other areas, and that I know what color they're going to be, so I can kind of plan the order of painting and the colors. So anyway, he's another guy I'm going to be doing. Let's see. Okay, next here is Bolt Action. I think it's a limited edition figure that came with the German Army supplement. It's SS Obersturmbannführer Otto Skorzeny. And you can tell by the uniform he's got on that this is him, you know, during his most famous exploit of the war, which of course was the rescue of Mussolini from the Hotel Gran Sasso in September of 1943. So I've been there. Pretty neat place. Pretty desolate and isolated. So it's a pretty neat thing they pulled off there. An interesting story about, you know, Mussolini. You know, some of you World War II guys know this, of course. Just bear with me. But you know, the first time he went to try to rescue Mussolini, and it was June or July, I think. He was shot down, and you know, his plane was shot down, and over the coast of Italy, and Mussolini was moved to La Maddalena, Sardinia, into a Via Weber, and he flew over that and to get some pictures and was shot down again. So you know, no matter what's said about Skorzeny, you gotta give the guy some credit, man. He's pretty fearless. He got shot down twice just researching the mission. Then when they found out it was a Gran Sasso, he flew over again, and took some pictures by hand, and you know, to plan the raid, and then he helped to plan the raid and carry it out. So anyway, thought it was a pretty neat looking figure to get. All I did here, I just primed it white and then hit it with the Army Painter primer, the skeleton bone actually, and then just gave it a quick wash with Agrax Earthshade. So that's where he's at right now. Next thing I'll do, I'll go in and I'll lighten up I'll make the pants a little lighter, I'll make the pants a little lighter, more yellowish, and I'll make the jacket more like an olive green, the helmet gray, and should be a pretty fun figure to do. By the way, I said I've been to Gran Sasso. I'd also been to Via Weber on La Maddalena. I actually lived in La Maddalena for 3 years. It's a little island on the northeastern coast of Sardinia, on the Straits of Bonifacio between Sardinia and Corsica, and I worked on an adjacent island called Santo Stefano, and that was to the south, and so it's just interesting that that he had been shot down right in that area where I lived. And then just to the east, connected by a small bridge to La Maddalena, is the island of Caprera, where Giuseppe Garibaldi retired and had his villa. So it's I don't know, just was an interesting place. It's beautiful there. I lived in a house that overlooked a white sandy beach up on a cliff, and you open up the back doors, you can see across the straits of Bonifacio, and you can see Corsica on most days, and it was just really nice. So anyway, let's get back to miniatures. Enough chat about the old days. Here's a guy that's already painted. That's a strong magnet. These Gale Force 9 magnets are extra thick and they're pretty strong. This guy I had painted earlier, but I'm rebasing to be on the command, to be a general around command base, and I still just have to put his ADC there. But this is Old Glory Dragoon officer, and that's why I'm gonna have him like a general of dragoons for, or he could be heavy cavalry as well for my Dress to Kill army. And there's another general I'm also gonna, it's already painted, that I'm gonna put an aid with, and that's this this figure here. Now he's a foundry figure, this French general. I'll just put his aid right here beside him. Now I'm going to show you some a better look at some of the figures that I already have mounted, and I'm going to start painting and hope to get done in the next couple of weeks for my game. Now this one here, this is and these are all in our game with the generals of infantry are generals of brigade, and the generals for cavalry are generals of division. So this would be an infantry general. This is a Perry Miniatures French general, just waving his hat, pretty cool looking figure. And beside him here is an ADC. You can see the Argyllets there from Foundry. Okay, next, this is actually the figure for this is an Old Glory French ADC. You can see he has a coal pack, and you can actually see the brassard there on his arm, indicating that he's an ADC. And this is actually a front rank Russian. Now I don't remember. This might be Alexander or Constantine. I don't remember which, but anyway, he's a little larger than the ADC, but I guess that he, all horses aren't the same size. The light cavalry guy would be on a smaller horse than somebody, a general that would prefer to ride a larger horse. So it's not necessarily a mismatch there. This is these are front rank figures, a French general with a ADC. Again, you can see the brassard right here on his left upper arm. These are Perry, a French general, and a very unique pose here. It's an ADC, again, brassard on the left arm, but he's getting on his horse. I've never seen anybody sculpt a figure like that before, so very unique sculpt. So way to go, Perry's. Really cool figure. Still just about to swing his right leg over his horse's rump there and get in the saddle. Alright. And last of these command figures, a couple more front rank figures. This is a French general, French light cavalry general, and again his ADC, the coal pack and brassard, stand there waiting orders. So I hope to get those finished up, and that'll pretty much complete my command figures for my Dress to Kill army. I do have a few more here. I just hadn't found oops, get them out of the cabinet here to show you. I do have a few more here that I just hadn't found a place for. yet, but I'll go ahead and show them to you while I'm at it here, because they're pretty cool looking figures. These are just the ones I might just. My son doesn't have all his commanders yet, so I might just paint them and give them to him. I've done a lot of figures for him. So this really look at the sculpt of that guy. He's got the helmet on. You can see he's a general of Carabineers post 1811 because he's got the cuirass and the helmet, French Carabineers, and he's yelling and he's got a upraised sword. So way to go, front rank. That's an excellent figure. Okay, next here, this is a Perry, French general. Okay, and let's see. This Polish officer. Probably you see him as an ADC. Polish ADC, brassard on the left arm there. Again from front rank. These next two are awesome poses. Some of my favorite poses I've ever seen on for 25 to 28 millimeter Napoleonics. This is a Perry. Check out the horse rearing up and the guy waving his sword. This is General Kellerman. And finally, this is a classic pose. There's a famous painting. I don't know if it's by Jacques David, or I think it is, of a French chasseur cheval de la garde imperial, and this is a miniature that's sculpted based on that painting, and it's just beautiful. Look at the dynamic pose of that fella. So I want to do something special with him. I just hadn't figured out what it is yet. I have a howitzer here that's completed, just waiting on a crew. It's Alternative Armies flintlock howitzer. A beautiful little gun. We like using bright colors, thus you got a bright yellow carriage there. Okay, let's see what's next. Here's some figures these are actually the next figures I'm working on here, along with the Skorzeny figure. This is a Reaper, Lorna the Huntress. This is one of my favorite miniatures ever. I've painted it numerous times. I just love she's got kind of a scowl on her face, and she's shaking her fist. And this is again, what I did here, I primed it again with the Army Painter Barbarian Flesh, and then just washed it with the Reichland Flesh Shade. No, that's not. I'm not trying to. This is not anywhere near what the skin's going to end up looking like. But again, I'm just trying to detail or to make the details stand out. Now it does give me a good border between the skin and the clothing and things to work with there, and gives me a good base color. But I don't know, it's just instead of just start with base white, I don't know, it's just seems to kind of give you a jump start. Do it this way. And I always like painting the skin on the figure before anything else. Not only, I learned a long time ago, you paint the figure like you dress them, so it's skin, shirt, jacket, belts, inside to out, paint inside to out, just so you're not having to reach past, something that's a raised area to get down to something lower. But also, what I like painting the skin, and you might have heard this before as well. I don't know, if it gives the figure more character, and it makes it, it just makes it more interesting to paint. To me, to go ahead and do the skin, the faces and things. Sitting here all alone, you find yourself talking to the figure. It's kind of weird, but I'm over it. Okay, another one here I did the same way. This is just a dancer, a dancing girl from Reaper. Okay, just getting her started. but I'll do the flesh, and then here's one more. I'll do the flesh on these first 3 all at once. Well, this is completely naked, and all I did, she didn't have a. This is the Reaper's 54mm Jungle Queen, and she comes like perched up on like a log, and there's a tiger with her, and then her hand is just like kind of just hanging out weird. So what I did, I just cut her arm off down to the elbow and pinned it, and then just put a gauntleted lower arm and hand there, holding a sword to make her kind of look like a warrior, a female warrior. So anyway, and then just again, just got the base coats done so I can see where to start working. The next 3 female figures I hadn't even primed yet, but that I'm going to do also as a set at the same time. It's just this, I don't know what this figure's called, but it's just a kind of a silly Reaper figure of a girl with a pistol and a little horse on a stick, and then another dancing girl, and then one of their chronoscope superhero figures. So that'll be the next batch after that. That's the ones that are already primed there. Okay, finally I'll just show you these figures I'm working on for the Warlord tournament. I just started on these last week, and I'm proxying a Razig army. I've done this before with my British, but this is it's going to be Razig's a like skeletal pirate army, but I'm just making a British army out of them, proxy, just to make them like a, you know, I don't know, I like the colonial British era, and Reaper makes really cool British soldiers. So this guy here is actually going to be one of my spellcasters. He's going to proxy for the Sea Hag, so I'm going to call him Ensign Haggle. And she's got spells called Storm Things, where she can make smoke and make storms and things happen. So he's going to be like a, you know, calling in artillery fire type of guy. It's in the equivalent of artillery fire, the storm spell, or the smoke, or domination, or mesmerize. So he's my naval representative on this on the campaign here, and his familiar is a Zulu shield. So, and then I painted up a bunch of these Tamiya sandbags as melee bags. Got see, I got a whole bunch of them done. I think I got like 12 of them done, and I use them at either rat swarms or skeletal harpooners. Here's the really only other figure I have painted up. I'm going to have Highlanders. They're going to have red jackets. And here's my main guy, my main general dude. He can be Razig or Mr. Blood. So I got guys that are going to be red, which are going to be my Highlanders, and just my regular foot. And they're in pants, so the Highlanders will have trews on. I'm probably going to do them in a red, some kind of red plaid. I don't know. And then I got green guys that are going to be the Royal Rifle Brigade, painted like the 60th Rifles. And then I got blue guys that'll be the Marine contingent. Anyway, here's the only other guy I really have painted right now. So like I said, I just started these last week. This is going to be my sharpshooter, Crow's Nest Willie, painted up like a sergeant of the 60th. Anyway, so that's about, you can see here's what the whole group looks like so far. Okay, guys. Okay, so that's it for my Warlord project, and I just got 2 more figures to show you here. Previously on the last studio video, remember I showed you the red knight that I did, or I was working on. I got 2 more of them in progress now too. This is the pretty much the same thing, but in blue. So just have a couple things done on him so far, and then another one in green. Okay, I'm also my next video is probably just going to be an unboxing. I might go all the way from unboxing to painting this guy, and I've already seen on, you know, I bought him on the day he came out last Saturday before last, and man, I was gonna do an unboxing and be the first one to unbox this guy. Yeah, didn't happen. Couldn't get motivated. I think it was the shell shock from the price I paid. I mean, look, it's a single sprue plastic figure, and I got him at Texas Toy Soldier, so I got him 25% off. But the price tag on this guy's $25, and so I think I paid $18.25 or whatever 75% of 25 is. $18.25 seems to ring a bell. But anyway, with tax, you're still looking at close to $20, and really for this. So man, you know, as much as I try to stay positive, and I was going to end on a positive note, this was going to be a positive video. Yeah, it's I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because we're going to be positive here. So in the next video, I'm gonna unbox this guy and assemble him. Won't do a whole lot of the unboxing part just because it's already been done now by at least 3 different people. But anyway, I'm just gonna assemble him and paint him right out of the box here. Okay, now we're positive. Now we can end on a positive note. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Keep painting, keep your positive attitudes, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.